Perfect, so you have created an eToro account and you want to buy some stocks. That's great, you are at the right place. Because in this video, I will show you how to buy a stock at eToro. First of all, before we start, if you want to support the channel, there is an affiliate link to eToro in the description of this video. So if you are not registered at eToro yet, you can support the channel by clicking on that link. Alright, so let me show you how you can buy a stock. So the first thing you need to do is search for the stock that you want to buy. So let's just say I want to buy the renewables infrastructure group. So I will search for the ticker symbol or the name of the company. I will click on the result and this will bring me to this page where I can see a few things. I can add to watch list, which doesn't mean I will buy the stock. It will just mean that it will be added to this watch list so that I can quickly access the stock. Whenever I want to buy a stock, I have to click on this invest button, and in here, this pop-up will open up. So don't click on the sell. This means you want to short the stock. Essentially, you are buying a CFD and you will have to pay some overnight fees. So watch out for it. Whenever you want to buy a stock, make sure this buy button is selected and make sure that you are buying the underlying asset commission free. This is very important phrase that you want to see in this dialogue. So another thing that you can do is make an order instead of a trade, which means I want to, set the price I want to buy at. So for example, if I make it a trade, it will just open the position at the current market price. So I will just say, hey, I want to buy for $100. It will say, perfect, you will buy this amount of units with this amount of your equity, and it will just buy it at the current market price. And that's a very nice way to do it. That's completely fine to do it. But in case you want to specify the price you want to buy at, for example, I want to wait until the price reaches 129, I can click on this order, and in here I can specify, hey, I want to buy it only when it reaches 129, not at 130. And it will say sure, it will just create a new pending order and it will wait at the market until the price is hit. But be aware that this price might not be, ever hit. So you might wait for a month or like even longer for this price to be actually the current price. So if you are a beginner, this trade is much simpler and you just specify the amount you want to buy. You can switch this to units so that you specify the number of shares you want to buy. I personally prefer just dollars because it's much more user-friendly. Another thing you need to watch out for is this leverage. You need to make sure that you are buying the underlying asset commission-free. If you use leverage, it essentially means that you borrow the money from the broker in order to buy more stocks. So yes, it's a CFD trade, which means that you will have a higher risk, potentially higher rewards, but especially if you are a beginner, I would not recommend it. And Warren Buffett didn't need leverage in order to be the richest man on earth. I don't see a reason why we would need this. So especially if you are a beginner, I would say the X1 leverage is something that you really want to do to buy the underlying asset commission free. So another thing you can specify is this stop loss, which essentially means if the price drops of the trade, it will automatically sell the shares and close the trade. It might be something you want to do, it might not. I personally just always click on this no stop loss, which means I don't have a stop loss. I just manually close the trade whenever I want to. But for some people, if you want to set it, you can just click on this set stop loss. You can switch it, for example, to amount. And for example, you can say, hey, if I lose $20, I want to sell the stocks. You can even set up something that's called trailing stop loss, which essentially means if at any point it drops for $20, you will sell. So for example, it can happen that the stock will go up and it will double. So you will have from $100, you will get $200 of the market value. But then it drops for $20. So whenever you have this trailing stop loss, it essentially means whenever, even if you made a lot of money, whenever it drops for this amount, it will just sell it. Personally, I don't use stop loss, but it's up to you if you want to use it. The same goes for this take profit. So you can just say, hey, I want to take profit whenever it reaches $1,000. This will be automatically set to the 10 times amount of the money that you are invested in. I personally have no take profit, so I just want to close the trade whenever I feel like it. Okay, so once you are ready with this setup, you can just click on this open trade. It will create a new trade. If you are buying at the market price, it will automatically buy it, and pretty much immediately you will see it in your portfolio as one of the opened positions. So this is actually how you can buy a share at eToro. Thank you for watching. Like would be very appreciated, and I'll see you next time.